Hello, I'm Vince from We're Airstream of Chandler, Arizona. Today I want to briefly walk through this 2026 Interstate 24. It's all-wheel drive and it's all electric. So we'll start up front here. In the engine compartment, some of the key components to be familiar with is your DEF. Since this is a diesel engine, you'll need to put DEF in. The DEF indicator will be on your dash control panel. It'll tell you the amount of DEF you have and when you start getting low, so you can see that. You have oil fill cap here if you had to put oil in it. You have windshield washer fluid here if you wanted to fill up the washer fluid. And then as we come around here, there is no dipstick. The level of your oil is in the dash once again, so you don't have a dipstick to pull out. A key item here is if you ever had to jump start the engine for this Mercedes Sprinter, not power in the back, you would do two things. One is you'd have your jumper cables, and this right here is for the negative connection. So you pull this in, and then the power would go to this one right here. This does have auto leveling on it, and so if you had a failure, needed to raise up or lower, you have two control panels here that you can take off and hook up a air hose to. Then to close the hood, you just lift up, bring this lever up here, and then this comes down and closes. As we come around the driver's side, the fuel, this does take diesel fuel, and you would fill up right here. You have a little access panel. Turn that, put your diesel fuel in. The nice feature is you can actually close your door while you're filling so the fumes don't go inside. And then once you're done, you would just close that, and of course now it's automatically locked. So that's a nice feature there. You have all your utilities on the side of the coach, the driver's side. So here you have where you would fill up your outside potable water. So if you're in an RV park and you want to hook up the potable freshwater hose, you would connect here, turn the water on. Now, for 2026, you have this feature where you have a lever now and you can turn it to fill the tank, dry camping, or city. So if you had city, you would turn that to city water. Dry camping out in the middle of nowhere, you have onboard water that you filled. You would turn a lever here, and then if you want to fill the tank. This side, you have the control panel for your gray and black tank for dumping once they fill up. So you would come down here and you have, this is a macerator system, so it kind of chews up the sewer waste, and then you dump it. So it's not like a traditional dump tank. So this would end up there we go. They've attached this. We need to take that out. Anyhow, you would end up pulling this out and attach to your sewer connection, such as an RV park. And then you come over here. Once that's connected, then you would open and close the valve and gray tank. As you can see in here, you also have a little light. Once you open the tank, then you can turn on the pump and it'll pump it out. Once it's done, turn the pump off, and then you can close the tank. So again, black tank is for your toilet only. Gray is for everything else, the sinks, the shower, and whatnot. You also have cable inlet here, and then to retract the hose, all you have to do is you just push this button here and it will bring it back in. And then if you want to flush out your black tank, you'd hook up a black tank flush hose here to a water source, turn it on, let the tank fill up, washes it down, and then you would again clean out the black tank. So, and then over here you have a shower connection. Airstream does give you a hose for an outside shower. So if you want to clean any of that off, you can do that. It's hot and cold. And then on this side, you have your smart plug. This is 30 amp service. You just pull that in, put it in, squeeze it, and put it back in. And then you have an exhaust port for your heating and water heater on this. Remembering this is all electric coach. There is no propane. We come around the back. You have a lagoon type table set up here that's locked into place. You can attach it here if you wanted to eat or use a little table out here. That's where that is stored. You have in the 24, you have a lot of extra storage here, which is really nice. So we come around the back, you have an electric awning and backup camera. Backup camera is up there, and you can control this screen, bug screen, from inside. It doesn't manually come down. You push a button and it'll automatically come down. As we come over here, we have an external port for solar. If you wanted to plug that in to supplement what's on the roof. And you have two 110 plugs here. This one does have another data port on this side and cable. You have an electric door, so all you do is you pull the handle out and the door will automatically close. You can also open and close the door from your keypad if you wanted to, right here. The step on this will automatically go in. If you wanted the step to stay out, there's a control panel on the side, and you would hit on, and that step will stay out. On this particular model, you have electric leveling jacks. This system right here, you can actually take this out and hold on to it, and you can manually lower the leveling jacks, or they'll automatically level. There's two in the front and two in the back. We'll now step inside and we'll go over some of the features inside the coach. As we come in, you have 3 control panels, 2 small ones and 1 big one up there. They're identical. The bigger one does a few more things, but this controls, basically it'll tell you your tank size, your tanks. If you're full, you have fresh, you have gray and black, so it'll tell you where you're at. You have, as far as your lights, master lights, turning those on and off, and then you can dim them. You have just for all the lights in the coach, every single light. Some of them you can dim. That's for your air conditioner and heating system. Now the heating system, that would be warmer air coming out of your AC unit. This doesn't control your furnace. We'll talk about that in a minute. You can open your fan, close the fan, turn it on because you have fans in here. You have the battery disconnect. That is if you want to shut the batteries down in the coach, not the front part of the Mercedes, but the actual rear of the coach for storage. You would hit that button there. That doesn't allow any parasitic draw when you turn that. And then again, that's for your step. This is a screen here, manual screen here, manual screen here. And then when we come in, you have a sink. You have a pull cord sprayer. You have controls for your rear ottoman for sleeping, and the lounge. So the lounge is the couch. That will go down. You can recline it or put it all the way down for sleeping. If you do that, then you would also bring the 2 ottomans out. They're electric. They come together. This makes into a big bed. This coach is all electric, so you don't have any propane. You have induction cooking. So that would be here for cooking. You have obviously storage space. You have a built-in convection oven, and that door electrically comes out or goes in. As we come around the back, all of these shades are electric, and they're controlled off a master panel. You can drop the shades, open them. There's a cinema mode. It's pretty cool. You have a TV, a smart TV. You have a pull cord. You pull that down, and the TV comes away from the wall, and it can be swiveled around so you can watch TV. Then once again, if you come around, you can see we have that smaller control panel. You could be on this side of the coach or laying in bed and go, I need to turn all the lights off, and there's buttons here. This is your hot water system and heating system for the coach. You have the heater elements. You have a front and a rear. You can set the different temperatures in the front or rear of the coach. That's for the heating. And then for hot water, you also control that through this system. You can set the temperatures, turn the system on, turn the system off. Very sophisticated, but you don't have an actual furnace with propane. This is off the hydronic heating through Timberline. And then the bathroom, it is a dry bath. I'm sorry, wet bath, all in one. You have a fan up here. You can open and close for ventilation, but you control the fan itself from the control panel. You have a 12-volt refrigerator and freezer. You can adjust the temperature inside the fridge, and then you just pull these up and this comes out. But always for traveling, you want to make sure these are closed. You have an exhaust fan here. It pulls the warm air outside the trailer. Again, that is all done from your control panel. You can turn that on and off, and it automatically goes up and down. You have another TV up here, pull cord, so you could be watching TV. And then this is the master control center here. This is the bigger screen. It does everything those screens do, but just a little bit more. So you have your home mode, tells you your tank sizes. You can open and close the awning here. You have awning lights, and you can dim them. You have a rear screen up and down. Again, lights, turn all the lights on and off. Your air conditioning system, you can set for the temperature that you want. Vent fan, you can open and close it here. And then it's got some other setting, cleaning mode for the screen and whatnot. You have your inverter controls, and feeds in with your solar system and whatnot through the Xantech system. So this is the master control for your coach. As we move to the front, this is like a typical Mercedes, high-end, all the options. It has your lane keeping, your cruise control. Your stereo for the front of the coach is here. Air conditioning through here. All your screens you can toggle through back and forth. You've got a backup camera here that you can actually turn on and see in the back. You have another stereo up here. This stereo is for the back of the coach. You actually have a stereo up here for the front of the coach. On the side, you have your door controls. Locking, unlocking, heated seats, memory on the passenger and driver side, and then you have how to adjust the tilt and the height of the seats. And that concludes a brief walkthrough of this 2026 Interstate 24 all-wheel drive, all-electric.